Every habit carries a consequence, whether visible or hidden. The choices you make each day may seem small or insignificant, but they are silently shaping the course of your life. A single repeated action, no matter how minor it appears, sets in motion a chain of effects that accumulate over time. Habits are like seeds, some grow into fruitful trees, while others sprout weeds that choke your potential. The hidden consequences of habits are often overlooked because they don't produce immediate results. Skipping exercise, indulging in unhealthy food, procrastinating, or wasting time may feel harmless in the moment, but over weeks and months, these actions silently erode your energy, confidence, and opportunities. The cost isn't always obvious, but is real and unavoidable if left unchecked. Conversely, good habits create positive ripple effects. Reading for knowledge, exercising regularly, planning your day, and practicing discipline may seem small, but they compound into momentum that improves every area of your life. Over time, these consistent actions build resilience, skill, and results that feel almost effortless compared to the initial effort invested. Awareness is the first step in taking control of your habits. When you understand that every daily choice carries weight, you can begin to evaluate your routines critically. Identifying which habits serve your goals and which silently undermine them allows you to take deliberate action to replace destructive patterns with productive ones. Ultimately, mastering your daily habits is mastering your life. The hidden costs of poor routines accumulate quietly, while the benefits of good habits grow steadily. By becoming intentional with your actions, you ensure that your habits work for you, not against you, and set the stage for a future shaped by deliberate, positive choices. Small, seemingly harmless actions may appear insignificant in the moment, but over time they accumulate into powerful, life-altering results. Each choice you make, whether it's how you spend your time, the food you eat, or the words you speak, adds up quietly, shaping your habits, character, and destiny. What seems trivial today can become the foundation for extraordinary success or unseen setbacks tomorrow. The compounding effect of these small actions works silently but relentlessly. Just like a tiny snowball rolling down a hill grows larger with each turn, repeated behaviors accumulate, producing results far beyond their initial size or impact. Missing a single opportunity to act wisely may feel inconsequential, yet repeated inaction or poor choices compounds into significant consequences over months and years. This principle applies to both positive and negative habits. Reading a few pages each day, exercising, or maintaining discipline may feel minimal, yet over time these small actions build momentum that transforms your health, knowledge, and personal effectiveness. Conversely, indulgence in negative routines, procrastination, unhealthy eating, or neglecting personal growth quietly erodes potential and undermines progress. Awareness of this compounding effect is crucial. By recognizing that every small action matters, you gain the power to choose wisely and take control of your life. Each deliberate, positive step is an investment in your future, while careless choices quietly extract a hidden cost. Ultimately, life is the sum of these small, repeated actions. By focusing on consistent, intentional behaviors, you harness the invisible power of compounding to create lasting results. The habits you cultivate today determine the quality and trajectory of your life tomorrow. Poor daily habits may seem harmless in the moment, but they quietly drain your energy, focus, and potential. Skipping important tasks, procrastinating, or indulging in mindless distractions might feel like a relief at the time, yet over days and weeks, these choices accumulate into lost opportunities and wasted effort. What feels small today can cripple your progress tomorrow. These habits work like a slow leak in a tire. They're often invisible until the damage is significant. Each time you give in to laziness, unhealthy routines, or negative behaviors, you weaken your ability to perform at your best. Over time, this erosion of energy and focus diminishes not only your productivity, but also your confidence and self-respect. The hidden cost of poor habits is not immediately obvious, which is why so many people underestimate their impact. You may feel okay in the short term, but your long-term results tell the real story. Neglecting discipline, organization, or personal growth quietly limits your potential, keeping you from achieving the success you desire. Breaking destructive habits requires conscious effort and deliberate replacement routines. Small, intentional actions like setting priorities, practicing self-control, and creating supportive environments counteract the negative effects and gradually restore energy, focus, and momentum. Ultimately, your daily habits are the invisible architects of your life. Poor routines may silently drain your potential, but by becoming aware and taking consistent corrective action, you reclaim your power, rebuild your focus, and open the door to the growth and success you truly deserve. Good habits are like investments. They may require effort, time, or discipline up front, but their returns compound over time, creating long-term benefits that far exceed the initial input. Reading daily, exercising, saving money, or practicing gratitude might feel small in the moment, yet each consistent action builds a foundation for success, health, and personal growth. These habits grow quietly, generating results that multiply and enrich every area of your life. In contrast, bad habits are hidden liabilities. They may provide temporary comfort or pleasure, but they extract a silent cost that accumulates over time. Overeating, procrastinating, overspending, or negative thinking may seem harmless day to day, yet their cumulative effect slowly erodes your energy, focus, and potential, often without immediate warning. The real danger of hidden liabilities is that they often go unnoticed until the consequences become serious. Ignoring them may feel convenient, but eventually the cost shows up in lost opportunities, poor health, strained relationships, or stalled progress. Unlike investments, liabilities drain your life quietly, leaving you weaker and less capable over time. The key to managing habits is awareness and deliberate choice. By identifying which actions serve as investments and which act as liabilities, you can prioritize behaviors that generate positive returns while replacing or eliminating those that silently drain your resources. Discipline and consistency are essential to this process, turning daily choices into compounding benefits rather than accumulating costs. Ultimately, life is shaped by the balance between investments and liabilities. Good habits build momentum, security, and opportunity, while bad habits slowly sap your potential. Mastering this principle ensures that your daily actions work for you, creating lasting growth and success rather than hidden cost and missed opportunities. Consistency is the secret multiplier of habits. It turns small actions into powerful forces over time. A single effort may seem insignificant, but repeated day after day, it compounds into results far greater than expected. This is why consistency is what makes habits either a tremendous asset or a hidden liability. It magnifies their impact for better or worse. When you consistently practice positive habits, you build momentum that grows almost automatically. Reading daily, exercising, planning your day, or practicing self-discipline may feel small at first, but over weeks and months, these actions shape your character, skills, and life outcomes. Consistency transforms effort into results. Conversely, the same principle applies to negative habits. Skipping responsibilities, procrastinating, indulging in unhealthy behaviors, or wasting time may seem harmless in isolation, but when repeated consistently, they quietly accumulate damage. The very same compounding effect that produces success can also produce failure if habits are misaligned with your goals. Consistency also creates reliability and trust with yourself and with others. Each repeated action reinforces your standards, strengthens your willpower, and conditions your mind to follow through. Over time, your habits become automatic, and your daily routine begins to support your long-term objectives naturally. Ultimately, consistency is the amplifier of life. The habits you repeat daily, good or bad, define your trajectory. By committing to consistent, positive action. You harness the power of compounding, ensuring that your habits work for you rather than against you, shaping a future aligned with your highest potential. Awareness is the essential first step in mastering your daily habits. Most people go through life on autopilot, unaware of how their routines, both good and bad, shape their results over time. By paying close attention to what you do every day, you begin to see patterns that either build momentum toward your goals or quietly sabotage your progress. Understanding the long-term impact of your routines brings clarity. A small choice repeated consistently may seem harmless, yet over weeks, months, and years it compounds into either success or setback. Recognizing these patterns allows you to take control of your actions rather than letting them control you. Awareness also creates opportunity for deliberate change. Once you identify which habits are helping you and which are hurting you, you can make intentional decisions to replace destructive routines with productive ones. This conscious adjustment is what transforms ordinary effort into meaningful growth. Being mindful of your daily actions strengthens self-discipline. Each time you notice a habit and choose a better alternative, you reinforce your ability to act intentionally rather than react impulsively. Over time, this practice solidifies new, positive routines that support your goals. Ultimately, awareness is the foundation of all lasting change. Without it, even the most disciplined intentions can be undermined by unnoticed behaviors. By cultivating the habit of observing and evaluating your routines, you gain the insight and control necessary to create a life aligned with your highest potential. Your environment and the people you associate with have a profound influence on your habits, often more than you consciously realize. The surroundings you spend time in, the energy of the people around you, and the standards they live by all shape your behavior, priorities, and even your mindset. Habits are contagious. The norms and routines of your environment quietly reinforce the actions you take daily. If you spend time with disciplined, motivated, and goal-oriented individuals, their focus and habits naturally inspire you to elevate your own standards. Their energy, work ethic, and attitudes act as subtle guides, making productive routines feel normal and achievable. The influence is so consistent that you may adopt these positive habits almost unconsciously over time. Conversely, being surrounded by negative, lazy, or undisciplined people can quietly erode your own self-discipline. Poor attitudes, excuses, and destructive behaviors can seep into your mindset, subtly lowering your standards and making it harder to maintain good routines. Even if you try to resist, the cumulative effect of your environment can shape your actions and priorities. Intentionally curating your environment is a form of discipline itself. Choosing to spend more time with people who inspire, challenge, and hold themselves accountable strengthens your own habits. Similarly, arranging your surroundings to reduce distractions and temptations creates a context where positive actions are easier to repeat. Ultimately, your environment acts as a silent partner in shaping your habits. By surrounding yourself with people, places, and influences that reflect the standards and behaviors you aspire to, you create a natural ecosystem that supports discipline, growth, and success. Your daily choices are amplified by the environment you inhabit. Breaking destructive habits requires deliberate effort and the creation of replacement routines. Habits are deeply ingrained patterns, and simply deciding to stop a behavior is rarely enough. To truly change, you must identify the triggers that lead to the destructive habit and consciously replace it with a positive, purposeful action that fulfills the same need. This process begins with awareness. You need to recognize the moment's emotions or environments that prompt the unwanted behavior. Once you identify these triggers, you can prepare an alternative action that aligns with your goals and reinforces discipline. For example, if stress triggers overeating, replace it with a short walk, deep breathing, or a productive task. Deliberate effort means practicing the replacement consistently. At first, It may feel awkward or require conscious focus, but repetition gradually rewires your brain. Over time, the new habit becomes automatic, and the old destructive behavior loses its hold. Consistency is essential. Each time you choose the replacement routine, you strengthen self-discipline and reduce the power of the destructive habit. Accountability and support also accelerate the process. Sharing your goal with a trusted friend, mentor, or coach creates external reinforcement that encourages persistence. Tracking progress and celebrating small wins reinforces the new behavior, making it easier to sustain over the long term. Ultimately, breaking destructive habits is not about willpower alone. It's about creating a system of deliberate actions that replace the old patterns. By consciously identifying triggers, implementing replacement routines, and practicing them consistently, you reclaim control over your choices and pave the way for lasting personal growth and success. Discipline is the force that turns small, positive actions into unstoppable momentum. A single good choice may seem insignificant, but when repeated consistently, it gains power, shaping your habits, character, and results over time. Each act of discipline is like adding a brick to a bridge. It may feel minor alone, but collectively, these bricks build a path toward extraordinary achievement. Small, disciplined actions compound silently. Waking up early, completing tasks on time, exercising, or dedicating a few minutes daily to learning may appear trivial, yet over weeks and months, these consistent choices produce momentum that carries you forward effortlessly. Momentum created by discipline multiplies results far beyond the initial effort. The key is consistency. Discipline ensures that positive actions are repeated even when motivation wanes, energy dips, or obstacles arise. Unlike fleeting inspiration, discipline doesn't rely on emotion. It relies on commitment, turning ordinary effort into extraordinary results. Momentum also feeds itself. As you see the impact of your disciplined actions, confidence and motivation increase, making it easier to continue taking the right steps. The more consistent you are, the stronger your momentum becomes, creating a cycle of growth that is difficult to stop. Ultimately, discipline transforms potential into reality. Small, intentional actions, when guided by steady self-control and consistency, accumulate into unstoppable progress. By embracing discipline, you ensure that every effort you make contributes to a life of achievement, purpose, and lasting success. Mastering your daily habits is the key to controlling your destiny. Every action you take, no matter how small, adds up over time to shape the trajectory of your life. Habits are the building blocks of your future. Consistent positive routines create momentum, while destructive patterns quietly erode your potential. Daily habits determine more than just immediate results. They define your character, mindset, and capacity for growth. Choosing to invest in productive routines like disciplined work, learning, or self-care gradually builds the skills, resilience, and confidence needed to achieve your long-term goals. Consistency is the engine behind habit mastery. Performing positive actions day after day reinforces behavior, turning conscious effort into automatic routines. Over time, these routines free your mind from decision fatigue and create a natural pathway toward success. Breaking bad habits is equally important. Identifying destructive patterns, understanding their triggers, and deliberately replacing them with constructive alternatives allows you to remove hidden obstacles that sabotage progress. This conscious effort ensures that your habits work for you, not against you. Ultimately, by mastering your daily habits, you take control of your life rather than leaving it to chance. Each choice compounds, shaping your destiny step by step. The disciplined management of your routines is what transforms intention into achievement and potential into reality.